Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. If you're tuning in, you rather listen to us, go to our website, thestephenknightshow.com. If you want to watch us, go on our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show, and subscribe, like, and comment. Want to remind everyone, please make sure you're registered to vote. Early voting has already started in some states, but I know in Georgia it starts next week. So please make sure you're registered to vote. Shout out to all the teachers. Today is Happy World Teachers Day. Wow. Especially this year with virtual learning, Zoom classes, and even those that have to go into school risking your lives to teach students. So thank you for all that you do. All right, so Chike, how's it going? How was the weekend?
The weekend was cool, brother. I did a lot of filming for No Lies Detected. Got a lot of stuff done. And then I was able to rest. So yeah, it was an awesome weekend. Just went too fast, that's all.
So No Lies Detected is your new podcast. Tell us about it, because it's important.
So No Lies Detected, at least the first 5 episodes, we're focusing on voting, your rights on voting, and basically helping you plan your vote, because it's going to be really different this year. Mm-hmm. People really have to focus and laser focus on getting your vote in. And it's really, really important. And I can't stress that enough. Tune into No Lies Detected. Technically, the official name is hashtag No Lies Detected, but just Google No Lies Detected. You can go to my page, Chike Evans on Facebook. You can go to my Twitter, Absolutely Chike, and we are on Twitter as well, No Lies Detected as well. Yeah, just go. First episode is up. First episode is a zinger because we have someone on there. Her name is Leah Chapman, and she's discussing the importance of voting and what you can do in case your voter rights are enfranchised upon.
Yeah. And we have our interview with you and David Rain later on the show. So I look forward to everyone learning more in the conversation we have.
Yep.
Nair.
What's up?
Mr. About to be married. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really good, excited and just as happy as can be,
Yeah. It's a good
feeling
feeling.
Good.
It's a good feeling. You had a good weekend?
I did. It's a different weekend for me. Now I'm in a new time zone, but it was good, getting orientated here in my new place, the new city.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it, man.
Are you officially moved there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm officially here in Seattle. So forward. We're moving forward, looking forward to finding a good house, which we're working on now. So yeah.
My first trip to Seattle will be in December for the wedding. I can't wait to get up there and see y'all.
Awesome.
Fresh your love. Can't wait.
That'll be your first time.
Yeah, my first time. Yeah, I've never been to Seattle.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
My first time. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Well, our question of the day is: what about yourself are you most proud of, Chike?
Wow. At this moment, I'm really, really stoked today because I'm on 3 different podcasts. I have 3 podcasts. Stephen Knight Show, No Lies Detected, and Conversations with Chike Evans. So I'm hyped about that. Who would have thunk it?
Right. Yeah. What about you, Naya?
I would have.
Right.
Yeah, Chike is busy. He's a worker, man. Proud of my relationships. Proud of the people that are in my life that I've, gotten the opportunity to share some time with, get close to. You brothers. A lot of guys around me, I'm proud of our relationship, our bond, and some of our successes. Some people might not look at them as successes, but I mean, not being locked up, not being tied down with too many kids out of wedlock or any at the, in most cases, not being that just general statistic that we easily could have been and have lots of family members who definitely are. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I'm proud of this show, the fact that we've been consistent for 10 years, season 11 next year. And so I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of just growth in general. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The way that I see things, as I've gotten older, mature, therapy, all that kind of stuff. So I'm very proud of that. I'm not always quick to react because I used to be. You know what I mean? So, but tweeters at home, let us know, what about yourself are you most proud about? All right, so coronavirus update, over 7.5 million cases in the United States. People have contracted it, with over 210,000 deaths. Now, many people at the White House have tested positive, including Trump and his wife, who was, now Trump was hospitalized on Friday. Melania was not hospitalized, but of course she's a lot younger than him. He's 74. He is overweight and he's a male, so those are higher risk factors for him. The news media has been loving saying he's obese, but I didn't say that. Now, although he's still sick, he has returned home today to the White House, and it was interesting because he went there on Friday. They said that the reason why he went there, this later came out, is because he needed oxygen. So I guess he got oxygen at the White House. You know, they have a full hospital unit there. And so he went to Walter Reed Medical Center. The doctors came out, his team of doctors came out Saturday to be more transparent about what's really going on with him, but they really didn't answer much. The reporters asked, has he been on oxygen? He's not currently on oxygen. Has he been on oxygen? Well, he's not currently on oxygen. Later came out he was on oxygen because they had to put the experimental drug in that's how they gave it to him, through the oxygen that they were administrating to him. But he's on several different drugs. Yesterday, he went through motorcade with 2 Secret Service agents. They all had masks on, but still, he is highly contagious. And they rode around the hospital, and he was waving to his supporters. Today, they said that he urged them to let him go back to the White House, which again, he can still get the same care. So he went to the White House. They flew him back in there. He appears on the balcony at the White House, takes off his mask, and is waving to the crowd or taking pictures. The photographer taking pictures. Mind you, 19 staff members at the White House have tested positive. And they said the White House is completely different now because most people aren't there anymore because of the outbreak. Well, he said over the weekend that he did now really understands the virus, but then he tweeted today and it said, excuse me, don't be afraid of COVID. Live your life. Don't let it stop your life. And it's just mind-boggling because a lot of his supporters listen to what he says. They actually had a young lady on CNN today where her father was a Trump supporter, and she urged him to wear masks and whatnot, and he said no. He said we're good, and he's passed away. So now Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook reportedly are banning accounts that are wishing death on Trump. There are a lot of people that said that this is what he deserves. God bless. Now, also Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, they're scheduled to have their first VP debate on Wednesday. Now, Mike Pence, apparently, so there was this event that they had at the White House in the Rose Garden where they announced the Supreme Court nominee. And that's where they think a lot of people at the White House, that's where they contracted the virus. Chris Christie contracted it, Kellyanne Conway, Melania Trump, like I said, and even the press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, she announced today that she and 2 people that work for her, they all contracted it. Now, Mike Pence, he tested negative for it, but they said that with COVID, it can show up later. You can test negative today, and then within 5 to 14 days, you can test positive. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people are kind of skeptical of whether or not Kamala Harris should do the debate with him because he's not quarantined. He's not self-quarantined. He's still on the campaign trail. He's still doing his thing. And then lastly, Cam Newton, now he tested positive and had to sit out of yesterday's football game. So let me ask you this. If you were Kamala Harris, know what we know. Now, mind you, they're not going to be shaking hands. They're going to be, I think, 12 to 14 feet away from each other during the debate, although now they're saying they need to be 30 feet together. You know, that's what scientists are saying. If you're Kamala Harris, would you go on with the debate in person? Chicken.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would take that as the tax, for real. Like, simply because America's been waiting for it. It's been a long time coming, and we need to get this process on and rolling with. And I think a lot of people are waiting to see this part, because I think this will be the debate that we really will put stock in. I mean, the last one we tried to, but one of them made a farce out of it. So it wasn't really a debate, honestly. I didn't get anything out of it. But I think this one, Vice President Pence is a little bit more articulate than, Mr. President.
Yeah.
So I think that it'll be a better debate.
Yeah.
Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking.
And she's a prosecutor, so she ready. No,
Oh,
yeah. No, yeah.
It's true.
Would you do the debate? Would you do it in person?
They're gonna be pretty controlled. So if it was me having to do that, I'm pretty certain I would, just because it's gonna be a very controlled environment for them, as far as where they will be.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that she can't wear a mask, which I doubt she will.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean she can't wear a mask if they feel that they're going to be close enough to Vice President who may show up positive. So I don't know. I'm sure I would, and just take the precautions that you think you can take.
Yeah. So Joe Biden and his wife Jill, they both tested negative, but they're a little concerned because during the debate they were raising their voice and they were saying how the particles from your saliva they can spread, when you're yelling. And so, but so far so good with him. He's still on the debate trail. He's still,
And Chike knows how TV magic works. They probably, I don't know, Chike, are they as close as we think they are?
no, they're not close.
Yeah.
And then also too, you can put up those the clear partitions. You can't even see them around them.
That man that's working with going against Lindsey Graham, they had a debate recently, and he brought his own plexiglass, and they had it, between them.
And that makes sense. Something
Shout
like
out
that
to Jamie Harrison. Go Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie Harrison. Yeah. Well, so a few insiders, they're spilling the tea on Donald Trump, and apparently his family is divided on his recent behavior after he announced that he was diagnosed with COVID-19. So Donald Trump Jr. is reportedly wants to stage an intervention for his father's recent behavior since his diagnosis. According to Vanity Fair, Trump's erratic and reckless behavior in the last 24 hours has his children and loved ones on different sides on how to handle what they feel is out of control Trump. According to the two Republicans briefed on this family's conversation. Now, apparently Donnie Jr. is deeply upset by Trump's decision to drive around Walter Reed National Military Medical Center last night with members of the Secret Service while he was infected with coronavirus. But it sounds like Ivanka Trump and her husband, Jared Kushner, may be encouraging Trump's behavior. Now, Don said he's acting crazy and he wants to stage his intervention according to, the sources that told Vanity Fair. Now, if you thought your parent was acting erratic or out of control, would you stage an intervention on your parents, Chike?
With the relationship that I have with my mother, I wouldn't need to stage an intervention. I could talk to her very closely in her ear and get her together. There's a tone that in our relationship, there's a tone that I have with her when she knows that I'm being dead ass serious. I don't have to go that far to have an intervention.
Naya, I know your mom. Would you stage your intervention?
Yeah. My mom is too sweet. She would never need an intervention, but it came close to me trying to rally up the troops to stage one against my pops once.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I was ready, man, but it came down to just a simple conversation that I was able to have with him. But if necessary, yeah, I think I would if I thought it was necessary, because sometimes it doesn't get through with the person. It wouldn't get through with me. It might not be me, the person that can actually get through. So sometimes you might need to rally up some of the other family members and say, "Hey, somebody got to get through to him or her."
Yeah.
No, so I will add this, Stephen. So going off of what Nair said, now if it was my sister or other family members with my mother, it would probably need to rally in other people to come in.
Yeah.
But me and my mother, we have a special relationship. I wouldn't need to go to an outside source to have someone come in.
I think, depending on what the situation is, like, are they struggling with substances or whatever the situation is, I think that you almost need to do that intervention, but it could be kind of intimidating depending on your relationship with your parent, because many times we still see them as, that's still my dad, that's still my mom,
Right.
as opposed to
An individual.
And so, but I think that, the way I feel when it comes to parents, especially as your parents are getting older, I think that sometimes we have to see past this. That's our parent, and this. But as this is our loved one, we care about, and we have to take on a different role. I know a lot of people that had bad relationships with their parents, and yes, that will always be your parent. But I think sometimes we have to do role reversal. You know what I mean? And so, very interesting. Yeah.
But
And also too, the dynamic changes because that second childhood is a real thing.
Yeah.
And the dynamic does change. You then become the parent after a while. And I'm slipping into that phase now as my mom, she's a senior now. So yeah.
You gonna say Naya?
They almost never stop seeing us as their babies.
Never.
No matter what, they almost, I don't know what that's about. They, I got a full beard and all sorts of things. My mom still tell me, put a coat on or something like that. It's like, it's just a strange thing. I guess I'll never understand it unless I'm a parent myself.
Right. Yeah. Well, I remember when I was in college, I was working at this call center, and I'm in my 20s, and I remember I was telling my mom something that happened at work. Do I need to come up there? No. I'm grown, man. I'm good. That's that Scorpio, though.
Right.
Well, you all remember Ananda Lewis. She was on MTV, and a lot of she hosted a lot of shows over the years. And then, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so she opened up about her battle about fighting breast cancer, stage 3, in the last few years. She's been fighting it. The reason why she did is because she wanted to encourage women to get mammograms. She said that she watched her mother over the years get mammograms, and she thought the radiation exposed her to getting actual breast cancer. And so she said that she wasn't going to be that person because of the radiation. But in doing a self-exam, I think she was in her shower or whatever, she found a lump, and it was stage 3. And so she's saying the treatment that she has to take, the what's it called when you go through the
chemo?
No,
no, not chemo.
Shoot, I can't think of what it's called. When they're testing you, you have to lay in that thing for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You mean the CAT scan or the MRI?
CAT scan, MRI. She said the fact that the minute she has to do, the amount of radiation supersedes the mammogram. So she was just trying to, she was encouraging anyone that has a wife, a girlfriend, a sister, a cousin, mother, whatever, encourage them to please get the mammogram. Because she said she wants to be here for her 9-year-old child, all of her children, and she wants to be here for her friends, her family, for herself. And so a lot of people are saying that it's very heroic of her to come out and share her story because most people didn't know in the public, and she could save lives. So what are your thoughts, Chiga?
That's just an example for all these women out here. Self-testing is important.
Yeah.
Early detection and self-testing is very, very important because it's better to catch it early than to catch it later. Mm-hmm. And my heart goes out to her. Heart and prayers go out to her and her family.
Yeah. No.
I echo that. I remember Ananda. I echo that. Definitely. The earlier the better, and I'm happy that she's brave enough and got the courage to come out and share her personal story, because that's power in that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Our thoughts and prayers go to her and her family. We're right back after this.